Good morning to you all. Last time what we discussed, that was monosporic embryo sac. This we seen last time. This was central cell. These are antipodal cells. These two synergids. This was egg cell. These two synergids plus egg cell was formed egg apparatus. Okay. This was the side of chalazal end. This was the side of micropylar end. And we discussed also the entire components of embryo sac. This is mature embryo sac or female gametophyte. Till yet we discussed. Okay. Here what we say, we seen that it mature embryo sac, which is the largest cell. So this central cell was largest cell. This you have to remember. Okay, that which is the largest cell of mature embryo sac. So this is central cell. Okay, now one scientist were there, that name was Panchanan Maheswari. In 1950 he classified the embryo sac type on the basis of what? On the basis of megaspore nucleus participation. So Panchanan Maheswari described on the basis of megaspore nuclei participation as types. First one was a monosporic. Monosporic. Okay. What it is saying? Monosporic means what? Only one out of 4 megaspore nuclei. Only one nucleus being participated for forming of what? Embryo sac. That is the most common. So monosporic embryo sac. What we can say here? Only one female megaspore nuclei participated. Okay, so that is known as monosporic embryo sac. Now, what I told, it is most common. And for example, Polygonum, Inothera. Since it is common in Polygonum, that's why monosporic also known as what? Polygonum type embryo sac. Now, some more example are there that belongs to bisporic and tetrasporic. So what we can say, next type is bisporic embryo sac. Now, as the name suggested, bi means what? 2. So how many nucleus being participated here? 2 megaspore nuclei. So here 2 megaspore nuclei being participated to form embryo sac or female gametophyte. So it is biosporic embryo sac. Here example is allium and myium. So for example, allium. Okay, next example is endymion. Here you have to remember allium. Only example is very important. Many time I have seen questions in medical exam. They will give a question regarding polygonum belongs to or monosporic embryo sac having example. So polygonum is there. Okay, here you have to remember allium, that is biosporic. Last one is a tetrasporic embryo sac. So last one is tetrasporic embryo sac. Now, as a name suggests, tetrasporic means all the 4 megaspore nuclei being participated in the formation of embryo sac or female gametophyte. So what we can say, all the 4 megaspore nuclei are being participated in the formation of embryo sac, or we know that it is also known as female gametophyte. Okay, now here examples are there: Adoxa, Drusa. So for example, Adoxa, Drusa. Okay, more examples are there like Fritillaria. Okay, Panaca. So for example, Fritillaria, Panaca. Here you have to remember Fritillaria, that belongs to what? Tetrasporic embryo sac. Okay. Now some questions are there that asking, that I have framed that questions. Number one question is that a multicarpellary Apocarpus gynosium is found in, what I told, a multicarpellary gynoecium is found in. Okay, multicarpellary means more than one carpels. Okay, multicarpus, more than one carpus. Gynosium, here one more important thing you have to remember, it is apocarpus or syncarpus. So question is there, what? It is multicarpellary apocarpus. Apocarpus means carpels are free from each other. Okay, so multicarpellary Apocarpus gynosium is found in. This is the question of JIPMER, and options were there. Number one, papaver. Number two was there, Michaelia. Number three was there, hibiscus. And number four were there, all of these. So I already discussed this one, multicarpellary Apocarpus, that is what? Micalia. Okay. Next question is there. Ovules in an angiosperm is technically equivalent to the ovules in angiosperm is technically equivalent to. This is the question of EMS. Very easy, but you have to understand that what it is asking. Ovules in angiosperm is technically equivalent to. Now options are there. Megaspore, megasporophyll. First option is there. Megaspore. Next is megasporophyll. Next option is there. Megasporangium. Megasporangium. And last option is there. Megaspore mother cell. MMC. So what will the answer? Ovules in angiosperm is technically equivalent to what? Tell me. Right. So it is megasporangium. Okay. What is that? Megasporangium. Now next question is there. A single ovule produces a single ovule produces how many female gamete? How many female gametes? So a single ovule produces how many female gamete? Options is there. 1, 2, 3 and D 4. Just a few minutes ago, what we discussed, that most common is what, which type of embryo sac? Monosporic. So it is asking a single ovule produces how many female gametes? So only one, monosporic, most common. And these are what? Two, biosporic and tetrasporic, that we have to see according to their example. Okay. So a single ovule produces how many female gametes? That is one. Next question is there. Till yet we asked already, what is that? Polygonum type embryo sac is. So next question is polygonum type of embryo sac is. Yes, tell me, what is that answer? Polygonum type of embryo sac is what? So tell me. Right, so that is monosporic. So one is monosporic, answer is there. Bisporic, C tetrasporic, and D all of these. So what will be the answer? Monosporic, because polygonum type of embryo sac is found in monosporic, because there, what is that? Polygonum is the example. Okay. Next question is, most of angiosperms family have an which type of ovule? Most of the angiospermic families contain which type of ovule? What we discussed? First is Amphitropus. Next is Anatropous. Next is Orthotropous. Next is Cercinotropous. So what will the answer? Tell me. Already we discussed. What is the answer? It is Anatropous. Okay. So Anatropous is the ovule type that contain most of the angiospermic families. Okay. Now, next question is there. The part of attachment of funicle. The part of attachment of funicle to the body of ovule is known as the part of body of funicle attached with body of ovule is known as, yes, tell me what is that answer? Right, so it is hilum. Okay, it is what? Hilum. Now, here options are also there: placenta, raphe, nucellus. So hilum, placenta, raphe, nucellus. Nucellus means persistent. Here we have one question. Persistent nucellus is known as perisperm. So you have to remember that. Okay. So what is the answer here? Hilum. The part of body of funicle attached with the body of ovule is known as hilum. Okay. Now next question is the largest cell of mature embryo sac is. The largest cell of mature embryo sac is. Option is there: egg cell, central cell, synergids, and the last is none. So what will the answer? Tell me. Recently we have discussed. What is that? Central cell is the largest cell of mature embryo sac. Okay. Next question is there. Filiform apparatus is characteristic feature of. Okay. Filiform apparatus is characteristic feature of. First is synergids. Next is antipodal. Next is central cell. Next is none of these. So what will the answer? Yes, right. So it is synergids that contain finger-like structure, and that structure is known as filiform apparatus. Okay. Now, till yet what we seen? We seen formation of male gamete and we seen formation of female gamete. Okay. But here problem is that neither male gamete can move nor female gamete can move. Okay, so both has to come close to each other for fertilization, and for that purpose, what is there? For that purpose, they need some medium, and through which stigma moving from male part to female part, that process is known as pollination. So we have to discuss next is what? Pollination. Now, next topic is pollination. Now, what do you mean by pollination? Transfer of pollen grain from stigma to where? From what? Stigma or from anther? Yes, right. So from anther to stigma is called pollination. So the the transfer of pollen grain from anther means male part, to stigma. Stigma means female part, by any agent is known as pollination. That is known as what? Pollination. Okay. Now, here what happens? Pollination is of some types. Okay, that we have to discuss. So, number one type, on the basis of what? Source of pollen. Okay. So, on the basis of source of pollen, it is of three types. First one is autogamy. Autogamy means what? One flower is there, inside that male part is also there and female part is also there, and here from male to female it is moving. Okay, so that type is what? Autogamy. Okay, so how we can define this? Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the same flower. So transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma on the same flower is known as, that is known as what? Autogamy. Okay, so this is known as autogamy. Now, here some features are there that belongs to autogamy, or also known as self-pollination. So what are that adaptations? We have to see adaptations for self-pollination. Adaptations for self-pollinations. What are the characteristic features that it has to complete for what? Self-pollination. So number one is bisexuality, means one plant contain bisexual flower. So flower should be what? Bisexual or monoclinic. So number one is bisexuality or monoclinic. So flower should be Flower should be what? Bisexual means one flower contain both reproductive organs, male as well as female. Okay. Now, next is homogamy. Next is homogamy. Homogamy means both reproductive organs, male as well as female, should mature at the same time. Both male and female reproductive organs should mature at same time. This is the process known as homogamy. Okay. Now you can see that this homogamy clearly mentioned in the Mirabilis jalapa. So what is that example? For example, Mirabilis. Okay. Next adaptations is there. Anther and stigma should lie close to each other. Then it is possible to transfer their pollen grains from male to female part. So, anther and stigma should be lie close to each other. Close to each other. So this is adaptations. Next adaptations is cleistogamy. Cleistogamy means the flower should be closed. No contact from outside. It is being closed. And inside that, what happens? Male and female, both reproductive organs are being present. So next is cleistogamy. Flower is closed, which contains both male and female reproductive organs inside that. Okay. Now, for cleistog, and one more term is there, chasmogamous. Chasmogamous. So, chasmogamous means what? Open flower. And cleistogamous means what? Closed flower. Okay. So, cleistogamy means flower is closed, which contains both male and female reproductive organs inside that. And since flower has been closed, so no pollinator or external agent required. This you have to remember here. No pollinators are required. Here questions are asking, in which type of adaptations for self-pollination no pollinators or external agents are required. So what will be the answer? That is cleistogamy or cleistogamous flower. Chasmogamous means open, cleistogamous means closed. Okay. So these are some important adaptations. Now, here one more questions are there, like what do you mean by bird pollination? So we have to see that. Bird pollination. Now, what do you mean by bird? Bird is what? It is before the opening of flower condition. Okay, so that is bud. So when self-pollination occurs in the condition of what? Bud. Okay, so when self-pollination occurs in bud condition, that is before the opening of flower, is known as, what is that? Bud pollination. Now, here one important example is there, that is wheat and rice. Okay. So, for example, this example you have to remember: wheat and rice. So, wheat and rice having this type of pollination, bird pollination. Okay. Now, a special type of clistogamous flower also found in legume plants. Where? Legume. So here you can write it by note. A special type of clistogamous closed flower is found in legume plants, and that is known as kill. This is known as what? Kill. This you have to remember. And where it is found? For example, pea. Legume plants are there. Pea, gram. Okay. So you can write it. It is pea. So pea found it what? Clistogamous flower, and that is known as kill. Okay. Now, next type. First, what we seen? Orthogamy. Means same flower, inside that. Who is that? Male part is there and female part is there. Next, we have to see geitonogamy. After autogamy, next is geitonogamy. Geitonogamy. Here, what we seen in autogamy, one flower is there, and both male as well female, both organs found under one flower. But here, what is that? One plant is there, one flower contain male part. In the same plant, another flower containing female part. Okay, so this male is discharging their pollen grain with the help of agent to the female stigma. Okay, so this is the type known as geitonogamy. Okay, so here what happened? Pollen is transferred from anther to stigma of the same plant, but flower is what? Maybe same or maybe different. So what we can say? Transfer of pollen grain, transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of same or different flower of the same plant, of the same plant. What? Why I told the same or different? Different, no issue. Two is there. Sometime what happens? Maturity of reproductive organs are different. So what happens? Here male is there, here female is there. Okay, another flower is also there. Here male is there, here female is there. Sometimes what happens? Male develops, but female maturity took more time. Here female developed, male maturity took more time. So what happens? This male transfer there here. Okay, so that's why same or different flower of the same plant. Okay, now here this geitonogamy, you can tell that it is functionally cross pollination but genetically self pollination. This line you have to remember, very important line is that what I told. Geitonogamy is geitonogamy is functionally cross pollination but